Yeah, I just wanted to say that I did do some radio when I went to MVCC back in '91, or no, it was 93, I think it was 1993. I was going to MVCC as a human service major, and I was going to campus back then when I first got married, and I did the radio DJ thing as much as possible, which no longer exists. Hasn't been existing. They used to play just on campus. They would broadcast over the lunchroom. Well, I wanted to say that what I would like to say is I wish we had a free speech kind of a radio, commercial radio in Utica, New York, and maybe that's what I'm trying to get to. Not a MOVA radio or a fight for somebody else's job kind of thing. Just I don't know. I don't know. I know the morning slot is the working people slot, and they're paying the bills, so can't offend anybody. And you got to keep, got to keep the same. You got to keep the grease on the machinery there for everybody to think what they need to think about, so they don't have to feel threatened about waking up in the morning. But I wish there was more music on the radio. That's basically what I say, and I don't think it's modern or classical rock or. I just think there was much. There's a lot of room to play more music. It seems like I hinted at my last video journal entry a day ago. I think it was 2 days within the last weekend. That I'm just trying to keep a personal identity. That's what I'm confronting these days by being so to be online and make these videos at all, because it's really not a big kick for me to present myself like this, and not get, I'm not getting anything to my knowledge out of it. I don't make anybody pick up the phone and call me or email me with any kind of intent to help me pick up the pieces and do something else, or take me on to something a little better than this. I'm not networking or connecting with anybody. I'm getting views, but that could be anybody, It doesn't mean it's probably just the police making sure I'm not doing anything sick on a video camera and trying to, or giving off clues to the scene of the crime and all this crazy shit that's going on around here. I'm going to be a guy that's just trying to work on making sense. I'm trying to be good. I mean, as simple as that. I'm trying to be good. It's not a show where I got a fake thing here and I'm acting like this off camera. I don't think I'm going to be a big musician anymore or a big anything. I'm going to be happy if I could pour coffee for somebody in the morning at his job that I can get to and back. In the hours I want to work. I would be happy to have any. At this point, I'm whittled down after erosion to understand what can I do about it from this point on. And I would be happy just to say hello, warmly, and not pushed, like when I used to do, counter clerk and things at the bakeries and stuff like that years ago. And they taught me how to pour the coffee, and they yelled at me for not putting the cream in first. You got to put the cream before you put the sugar. That kind of attitude. If I can get one thing out of these videos, my goal is to say, I can still speak English. My mouth still works. I'm fairly doing okay. My resume won't impress anyone. I've been out of work for a long time. I'm a single dad, and my son and I are still with eyes on us, accountable to his school and others in this community, and we really enjoy and really love our personal time and our experience and our life, and we believe in the future, and we have a very not naive pie in the sky, positive optimism, but we aren't twisted. We're not twisted, not at this point. I wish we had the Valbialis kids with we did this inner tube thing last year. It was expensive, sure. Yeah, people hate me because I don't work. I get disability, and I'm bringing my kid out there to go on this inner tubes. He had a ball. If we had that when we were kids, I would have been like I was at Great Adventure. My dad put me on an inner tube. They had a lift, and they had a conveyor belt, to get the kids up there where they didn't have to hike. And you paid the ticket to get on there, and you had a hot cocoa, and the hamburgers and fries were great. They tasted great, and you know what? Being out in that air and you take your gloves off and you go sit down in the lodge. That was great. That was great. I don't care what anybody thinks about me, who's affiliated politically with who, about what, and who's the new owner, and everybody hates. You know what? Stop hating. Get off your asses and shut. You know what I mean? Do things with each other. Talk to the kids. We walk by a lot of people, not strangers, kids, and things like that. I mean, let the kids play with each other. The kids. Not me. I was just the chaperone of my son. I didn't. I'm terrified to indicate that I'm even doing okay these days. That's how far-fetched things have gotten. With everybody trying to read everybody's beads, and this craziness, the craziness. It started decades ago with America's Most Wanted on television, and then all of a sudden, Robert Stack was on TV again, and everybody hated the guy next door. And then all of a sudden, it degenerates and depreciates, and everybody's afraid to talk, and the only people who talk to each other now are the people who work with each other, who got each other the job, which is a mob. I hate that. I hate anything that resembles that, and I'll continue to be alone until I find a community that welcomes me as a human being, an employable human being, worthy of attention and love, and who's going to talk to my son and not put him in risk. Because you got this sized up mentality of who's better and who's more qualified to talk to your kids, your daughters, and all that shit. That bullshit. I mean, it's all part of the natural process. I got the same problem, but you're going back in histories of personal lives using documentation, information acquired probably illegally with that HIPAA law shit that was going down, with all these new people working these new social service jobs and acquiring data and fact finding. That wasn't ethical or constitutional. To have untrained people commenting on record who were there to service you. They offer you the cheese. They offer you the help. Well, those are meal ticket jobs for people who are taking the life you should have been leading. And they're offering you a coupon. And that's my final answer. My final thought on that topic about the whole help system and all this shit that's going down for so many people. America. Post 9/11, can't blame anyone in particular. I'm not against there's no point. There's no point in trying to look for all the crumbs that fell off my plate. That were probably important, and I probably need them more than ever now. But you know what? It's the past. I just wanted to say that. My name's Austin Santalella. I'm at Topics Forum. I have a profile there. I had one guy say that I'm a crackhead, and that's cool. I said, that's nice. I said, good luck. I said, Sounds like you've been hitting the pipe yourself there, Austin. They said his name that he posted as was Dear Austin. I am flattered. The guy's in his Frankfurt IP address, Frankfurt, New York. Well, Billy Bob, it's nice to meet you.